So someone has a heart attack, goes on cholesterol-lowering medication to prevent a heart attack, they can actually be increasing the risk of heart attack. There is no research to show that Crestor and Lipitor prevent heart disease. Did you know that? There's even a book called The Human Cost of Lipitor. Let me tell you the side effects of Lipitor: muscle wasting, dementia, Alzheimer's, memory loss. And they've added another one to that now, breast cancer, because it's from cholesterol that all our hormones are made. Too low cholesterol is just as dangerous as too high. These are doctors and health professionals from all over the world, all saying the same thing. What are they saying? Cholesterol does not cause heart disease. Dr. Malcolm Kendrick said, "I'm still waiting for the evidence. There is no proof." Isn't that incredible? So now I'm going to tell you the truth on cholesterol. The liver makes cholesterol, and 80% of the cholesterol that the liver makes, it makes from glucose. And 20% of the cholesterol that the body makes, it makes from fat. Now, this one piece of information alone tells you it's not the butter on the bread, it's the bread under the butter. The wrong guy's been shot. Fat's been shot because of who it hangs around with. There are two main types of cholesterol that the liver makes. One is called high-density lipoprotein, and high-density lipoprotein is called the good guy, or the good cholesterol. Why is it called the good cholesterol? Because it carries excess cholesterol back to the liver. And so that's why it's called the good cholesterol. And the other main type of cholesterol is LDL. LDL, low density lipoprotein, and it's called the bad cholesterol. But the body doesn't make anything bad. It doesn't make anything bad. And the body can heal itself as long as you give it the right conditions. And the body is also very forgiving. I'm constantly amazed at how bodies respond once they're given the right conditions.
Hello and welcome back. Today, we're tackling a critical topic that affects millions of people: high cholesterol. Barbara O'Neill has been sounding the alarm on how certain foods are quietly raising cholesterol levels and putting your health at serious risk. In this video, we'll expose the deadly foods Barbara O'Neill warns against, so you can take action to protect yourself from heart disease, stroke, and other life-threatening conditions. Let's get started. Number 1. Processed meats. Barbara O'Neill has long warned about the dangers of processed meats, like bacon, sausage, and ham. These foods are packed with harmful preservatives and saturated fats that skyrocket your LDL cholesterol, the bad kind. Even small amounts of these processed meats can contribute to arterial damage and increase inflammation, putting you at risk for heart disease.
The meat is not in a good state today, but even if you did live on a mountaintop and everything was organic, it still is not the most superior diet, because when meat breaks down in the body, it leaves a very acid residue. And in the book China Study, Dr. Colin Campbell, he shows how he could turn cancer cells on and off by the amount of meat and dairy products that he was giving to the rats. No, the superior diet is a plant-based diet.
According to a review in the International Journal of Preventive Medicine, eating processed meat is linked to a higher risk of heart disease, especially because of its effects on cholesterol levels. The study explains that consuming processed meats, like sausages and bacon, can double the risk of heart problems if you eat about 100 grams a day. This increased risk is mainly due to the high sodium content in processed meats, which can raise blood pressure and strain the heart. The study also discusses a substance called trimethylamine N-oxide, which is created when the body digests certain nutrients in red meat. Trimethylamine N-oxide can disrupt how cholesterol is managed in the body by reducing the activity of an important enzyme in the liver. When this enzyme's function is lowered, it can lead to more cholesterol building up in the arteries, which is a key factor in heart disease. Whether the meat is processed or unprocessed matters. This study found that for every extra 50 grams of processed meat consumed each day, the risk of heart-related events increased by 42%. In contrast, unprocessed red meat, like fresh cuts of beef or pork, did not show the same increase in risk. This indicates that how meat is processed and the additives used in these products play a significant role in their health effects.
So one of the main causes of colorectal cancer is a refined diet with no fibre and a high meat diet which has no fibre. Sometimes when people are reading that grizzly steak, they think that's a lot of fibre. It's not fibre. It's not fibre at all. And the only way Dr. Robert Atkins got away with his high meat, high fat diet was his patients had to eat 3 cups of vegetables a day. The vegetables moved things through because he knew that it had to move.
Barbara O'Neill recommends replacing processed meats with heart-healthy, plant-based alternatives to manage cholesterol levels and reduce the risk of heart disease. She suggests incorporating legumes like lentils and chickpeas, which are high in fiber and protein, and help lower LDL cholesterol. Nuts and seeds, such as almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds, are rich in healthy fats and antioxidants that boost HDL while reducing LDL. Additionally, avocados provide monounsaturated fats that support healthy cholesterol levels, making them a nutritious alternative to unhealthy fats. Number 2. Trans fats. According to Barbara O'Neill, trans fats are among the most dangerous foods you can consume. Found in fried foods, margarine, and baked goods, trans fats not only raise your bad cholesterol but also lower your good cholesterol. This double threat puts enormous strain on your heart and blood vessels.
So what are the dangerous fats? The dangerous fats would be the altered fats. The other dangerous fat is the huge amount of fat that's dumped in the body from the high carbohydrate, high sugar diet, which we also looked at when we looked at the liver. So what are the altered fats? One of the most dangerous altered fats is the margarine. Margarine was introduced in the 1980s to help prevent heart disease. Has it? No. It's made no difference at all. And what's the definition of insanity? To do what you've always done and expect different results? No, it hasn't made any difference at all. Because, as we have learned, it is not fat that causes heart disease. But this is an altered fat. How do they make margarine? Let's say they're going to make it out of flaxseed. Well, they've got a problem, and that is it's liquid. So we've got to make it solid. So what they do is they saturate it with hydrogen ions, and that causes one of the hydrogen atoms to flip over to the other side, which now means the double bond's gone. And to be able to saturate it with hydrogen ions, they have to use a catalyst, and the catalyst is usually aluminium. That's probably the most common catalyst. And I think most people are aware of the link between aluminium and damage in the brain. Now we've got a solid fat. That's a very dangerous fat. In fact, it's only one molecular structure short of plastic. And when margarine comes into the body says, I do not recognise you. And so what it does, it quickly has to either store it. We're talking about lipomas before, you know, those fatty lumps that people are getting in their body. It's basically, well, there are a few theories, but one theory is that the body can't get rid of the poisons quickly enough, so it just binds it up in a little fatty lump. Skin cancer rates have risen since people have been eating margarine. It is a proven fact that macular degeneration is caused by margarine. You see, the fine mechanisms in the eyes, in the ears, in the brain, they love this omega-3, but if you're not giving it the omega-3, it's just got to use whatever's available.
According to a study in the New England Journal of Medicine, trans fats are harmful to heart health because they negatively affect cholesterol levels. Trans fats are commonly found in processed foods made with partially hydrogenated oils. The study highlights that eating trans fats raises levels of bad cholesterol, low-density lipoprotein, and lowers levels of good cholesterol, high-density lipoprotein. This is dangerous because high levels of bad cholesterol can lead to heart disease by causing fatty buildup in the arteries. The study also points out that reducing trans fat intake can improve cholesterol levels and lower the risk of heart disease. Many countries have started to limit or ban trans fats in food, which has led to better health outcomes.
Fat is not the enemy. In fact, fat is an essential nutrient in the body. But because there are some fats that are dangerous for the body, I think that has caused all fats to be lumped into the same basket.
Barbara recommends replacing trans fats with healthier fats, found in nuts, seeds, and fish to promote heart health. Number 3. Refined sugars. Barbara O'Neill highlights refined sugars as another silent killer.
And we're going to put refined sugar. And this is the pure crystallized acid that's extracted from the sugarcane plant. And there's a little book by William Duffy called Sugar Blues. Because what does sugar cause? The blues. In fact, in the book, He mentions a British endocrinologist called Dr. John Tintara. He's made the statement, scary statement, he said no one should go on psychiatric medication until they've had a glucose tolerance test first.
Sugary drinks, candies, and pastries can trigger a harmful chain reaction in the body, leading to increased LDL cholesterol. Barbara explains that when your liver processes excess sugar, it ramps up cholesterol production while simultaneously lowering HDL, the good cholesterol. This imbalance is a perfect recipe for clogged arteries and high cholesterol. According to a review in the Journal of Clinical Medicine, refined sugar, especially fructose, significantly impacts cholesterol levels and heart health. High consumption of sugar, particularly from sweetened beverages, can lead to serious health issues, including problems with cholesterol and fat in the blood. One important study involved overweight or obese individuals, who drank beverages sweetened with either glucose or fructose for 10 weeks. The researchers found that while both types of sugar led to weight gain, those who consumed fructose experienced a greater increase in belly fat and unhealthy fat levels in their blood. This is concerning because high levels of fat and cholesterol in the blood can increase the risk of heart disease. Fructose contributes to these problems by promoting fat production in the liver. When the body breaks down fructose, it creates substances that encourage fat creation, leading to an increase in triglycerides, a type of fat found in the blood. This can result in the buildup of harmful particles that can clog arteries. Additionally, fructose can interfere with the body's ability to break down these fats, worsening the situation.
Last and certainly least in nutritive value is the pure crystallized acid, extracted from the sugarcane plant. And as we have looked at this, we've also acknowledged that I don't think anyone chose to eat that way. It's just fast. It's just there. And we're such a fast society today. Here it is. And we showed how when all of these things break down in the body, they break down to the singular structure of glucose. Our gastrointestinal tract is a hollow tube. And anything that goes into that hollow tube is not part of you or me until it gets broken down into tiny little particles, then it's absorbed into the blood, then it becomes part of you and me.
Barbara O'Neill recommends replacing refined sugars with natural, nutrient-dense alternatives to maintain healthy cholesterol levels and support overall heart health. She suggests opting for whole fruits, which provide natural sweetness, along with essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber. These help regulate blood sugar levels and promote better heart health. Barbara also encourages using natural sweeteners, like raw honey or pure maple syrup in moderation, as they contain antioxidants and nutrients that refined sugars lack. Number 4. Hydrogenated oils. Barbara O'Neill has consistently pointed out the dangers of hydrogenated oils, which are found in fast foods and frozen meals. These oils are chemically altered and extremely harmful to your cholesterol levels. Barbara warns that hydrogenated oils can raise your cholesterol faster than almost any other food, making them a major contributor to heart disease. She strongly advises avoiding them to keep your cholesterol in check. According to a review in the New England Journal of Medicine, a study looked at how different types of fats in our food affect cholesterol levels in our bodies. The study involved 36 people who tried 6 different diets for 35 days. Each diet had 30% of its calories from fat, and the fats included soybean oil, semi-liquid margarine, soft margarine, shortening, stick margarine, and butter. Each type of fat had different amounts of something, called trans fatty acids. The results showed that the diets with soybean oil and semi-liquid margarine were the best for keeping cholesterol levels low. On the other hand, eating more hydrogenated fats, like stick margarine and butter, made cholesterol levels go up. The study also found that trans fatty acids lowered the levels of good cholesterol in the body. For example, people who ate soybean oil had a 3% drop in good cholesterol, while those who ate stick margarine had a 6% drop. This meant that the balance between total cholesterol and good cholesterol got worse, especially after eating stick margarine.
Now, 100 years ago, the only 2 vegetable oils used were olive and coconut, because they're the only oils that are extracted from the flesh of the plant. And because they're extracted from the flesh of the plant, they could be easily extracted by women in their kitchens. And everyone used to get their polyunsaturated fats from just eating the nuts and the seeds. But about 100 years ago, they developed high heat chemical equipment to extract the oil from the hard seed. So when they use heat to extract the oil, what's happening to these double bonds? Destroyed. So your sunflower oils, your safflower oils, your peanut oils, they've already been destroyed. And they're in clear bottles, plastic bottles. Now, they are dangerous oils. My suggestion is we get our oils from the coconut and the olive, and we get all our polyunsaturated fats by just eating the seeds and the nuts. That's the easiest way to do it. So what I wanted to show you was how margarine was made. Let's say they're going to make margarine out of this. They've got a problem. It's liquid. So how do they saturate it? Well, using nickel or aluminium as catalysts, they saturate it with hydrogen ions. Do you know what that means? Every tub of margarine has nickel or aluminium, and I think we all know what that does to the brain. So they saturate it with hydrogen ions, causing one of the hydrogen atoms under here to flip over to the other side. Now we've lost our double bond. This hydrogen atom's flipped over here, and now the oil is solid. That's what they want. Now it'll spread. Now that oil is totally destroyed. So when a person eats margarine and it goes into the body says alien from out of space has just entered. Delete it as quickly as possible. The skin will do.
The researchers suggested that people, especially those with high cholesterol, should use vegetable oils that are less processed. While some hydrogenated fats might be better than butter, they still raised bad cholesterol levels more than soybean oil did. Number 5. Full-fat dairy products. Barbara O'Neill stresses the impact full-fat dairy products like butter, cream, and cheese have on cholesterol. These products are loaded with saturated fats, which cause your liver to produce more cholesterol and increase the amount that circulates in your blood.
Why dairy? The book The China Study, Dr. Colin Campbell, he shows that children that have cow's milk in the first year of life, they can develop a 60% greater risk of developing type 1 diabetes. Why? Well, because we only have one stomach. And by the way, the only real milk that a human being can handle is feta or yogurt. That's actually what cows' 5 stomachs get it down to. But it's not that I'm saying eat feta and yogurt, because the state of the cows today is not good. It's not good. I weaned my children at about 2.5 from breast milk, and then I just put them on food, because by then they had teeth. So they don't need milk, because they're eating food. And isn't that what milk's for? Babies. I'm a 5th generation Australian Scottish descent. I can't handle that. Can't handle the milk. But you had to have it, because you know what they say? It builds bones. Is that true? Do you know the countries in this world with the highest incidence of osteoporosis are the highest dairy consumers?
According to the World Health Organization, full-fat dairy products, such as butter, cream, and cheese, contain saturated fatty acids that should be limited to reduce the risk of unhealthy weight gain and diet-related non-communicable diseases, like cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. The World Health Organization recommends that no more than 10% of total energy intake should come from saturated fats, and encourages replacing these fats with healthier options, like polyunsaturated or monounsaturated fats, from plant sources.
So what this does, it produces a very thin oil, a very fluid oil. And flaxseed and linseed chia, they're known for their blood thinning effect because they're such a fluid oil. This oil is called a polyunsaturated fatty acid. Poly means more than one double bond. Unsaturated because there's some empty spots in the fatty acid chain. Many people say that word but not really knowing what it means. What about olive and almond? They're high in omega-9. And there's only one double bond in almond and olive oil. Olive oil is a very thick oil, isn't it? That's because it's only got one double bond. So it's called a monounsaturated fatty acid. Mono meaning one double bond. Unsaturated because there is still an empty spot on the fatty acid chain. That's why when you buy Olive oil, it's important to buy first cold pressed, extra virgin, and buy it in a tin or a dark bottle.
Barbara advises swapping out full-fat dairy for plant-based alternatives, which can help lower cholesterol while providing healthier fats. By making these simple changes and avoiding the deadly foods Barbara has exposed, you can take control of your cholesterol and protect your heart. Thank you for watching. Remember, the choices you make today can protect you tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with those who need to hear this urgent message. Stay proactive about your health, and we'll see you next time for more life-changing advice from Barbara O'Neill.